Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Not Just Any RPG. We're playing Masks of Nyarlathotep and Call of Cthulhu. I can't believe we're more than 20 episodes in now. We're getting closer to the end. There's only a select few locations left. With me, we have Dieudonné DuPont, played by Justin, Florence Elsner, played by Emma N., Moses Franklin, played by Gavin, Sam Starwood, played by Anthony, and Sir Harold Godfrey, played by Luke. Excuse me. Real quick, thank you to Syrinscape for letting us use your sounds and music. If you're running a campaign yourself in any system, they have lots of cool sounds available for lots of settings to help immerse your players in whatever campaign you're running. Also, thank you to Milo Paulus for the theme song that you just heard 5 seconds ago. Did we figure out who's doing the recap? I think this may have been the first week where none of us remembered to figure that out.
Yeah, we found that out as soon as he started the intro, and I'm like, oh.
All right. Well, I mean, if we figured it out right before I did the intro, it's not like anybody would have been prepared anyway. So I guess I'll just do it.
Wow.
Last week feels like so long ago.
I know. It does. It really does.
Let's see. So you guys, it was a lot of investigating. I remember that you found a lot of new information out.
Well, where we picked up at the beginning of last episode, it was right
after
I was introduced, but
yeah.
Godfrey went back to the hotel while everybody else stayed overnight.
Yes,
at that haunted place.
We met Moses Franklin in the morning after the haunted hunting cabin, and then a lot of investigating. I'm just gonna fire some stuff off. It might be out of order. You went to the tea shop at some point. And you talked to the owner there, who had some kind of a relationship with members of the Carlisle Expedition. You went out to visit a man, you went to visit a guy who was like an activist for Kenya, for the tribes of Kenya, and he introduced you through a whole bunch of other people to a shaman of some kind. Bandari, yes. He told you a lot of things about each other that some of you might have known about the others, some of you might not. Things that some of you have kept secret this whole time. He knew them somehow. And he told you what the seal that you found in Egypt was for, as well as there were some other things he told you what the seal was for. He told you he gave you more information on the region and the cult, and he gave you a contact to go to a mountain, which is somewhere the cult is active out of. Those are the words. I think those were the two main things, and then at the end of the session, you went to go meet up with that contact, and kind of scheduled for him to take you there. It was like in 2 days or so.
Yeah, it was a couple days because of work schedules or something like that.
Yeah. So we rejoin our heroes, quote-unquote, investigators, as they leave the train station and walk back into the streets of Nairobi.
Thank you, God, for the recap. Well, do you know what... Well, you gotta talk about a lead. What a nice adventure we were on. Well, with all this out of the way, what do you suppose we do next?
Well, we still have to talk to the Nandi tribe.
And
also, I may go back to Bandari. I have
But
other things I need to do.
We were just there.
Yeah.
It's also kind of far.
Yeah.
I know. But I have other items I need to show him.
You guys, they do have like a whole day between now and when you scheduled that travel, so
We do have time, indeed.
yeah.
So,
We Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
We
I'll
have
go
time
there.
to go.
Y'all can go to the Nandi tribe, and we'll
Mhm.
meet back at the hotel at night.
do you,
Well-
do you think you'll need any help? Do you think you'll need any help on your adventure, Sam? Or do you think you'll be fine alone?
We'll be perfectly safe.
Okay.
Well,
I believe you, Sam. I'm gonna go to the Nandi tribe.
This is great.
I am concerned what Sam is about to do to those people.
It's Sam. I
Why
wouldn't
would you
worry
think
too
Sam would
much
do
about
something
him.
to people?
I think Sam will be able to hold his own. From the short time that I've known you, I believe you should be able to do well on your
Princeton.
endeavor.
Well,
Sam
Princeton.
is the very definition of a competent man.
Well, Princeton told me not to trust him with many things, so I will pray that Sam doesn't hurt anybody or offend anybody. Or
What gives you that idea, Father DuPont?
call it intuition. Yeah. Or si, or oui, as the French would say.
Wee.
No comment. Let's just go to the Nandi tribe.
Alright, well, Sam, may God be with you, and enjoy your trip.
Will do. Thank you.
Bless
Okay.
you, Sam.
Oh, don't we need to get a translator for the Nandi tribe?
Oh, yes.
Do they not speak Swahili?
I'm pretty sure they do. Maybe.
I thought they spoke like some.
I think
very
this might have
more
been something
abstract.
that I looked up. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
my Google history. Yeah, they speak a more specific dialect of a different language.
Okay. Yeah, we need a translator, huh?
Well, Godfrey, do you know where we could maybe find someone of these particular skill set?
No.
That's a problem.
There's
Well-
a slight problem.
Yeah.
Considering that Godfrey is the one that knows the area the best, and he doesn't even know. Yeah, we may be searching for a bit.
Well, is there an embassy or any place that might be able to help us? A library might know where we could find some translation aids.
I don't know that it's a good idea for us to try and do our own translations if that's what you're proposing, Florence.
We can see where it goes.
It might be easy.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Well, maybe a library might be able to point us in the direction of a translator. You know, if
Are we in a
Okay.
place where there might actually be libraries?
In a language we can read? In
Probably not in Nairobi, I don't think. They give me like a list of all the stuff in Nairobi, but probably in Mombasa, but that's a whole few hour train ride away from here.
Well, if all else fails, just start asking people on the street.
Pretty much.
Will they understand us?
I speak Swahili,
Oh.
so I can talk to the people, I just can't talk to the distant remote
I just use my
tribe.
good looks, charm 'em in.
I'm just gonna throw highly inflated currency at them.
Does anyone want to?
Oh, you know what? I may or may not do the same. How about you speak the language, and I'll just toss some dollars.
How about we show
Well,
them
you do
God's
so.
way
Yeah.
and try to tell them it's the right thing to do for God in our trip?
You can try that.
We might
not
get
near
some
me.
things thrown at
That's
us.
Oh.
Some people may not agree with your standings, Father.
What do you mean, Florence? Are you not a follower of God here?
I think we don't need to increase any tension.
Aye.
Anyway, we should go and find
Aye.
a translator that could suit our needs.
Does anybody want to roll me an intelligence check thinking about that?
I
Thank you.
will. Can we all roll it?
Sure.
Yeah. Just thinking about where you could possibly find a translator.
Oh my God.
Hard success.
I got an 11 out of 75, so that's a
Nice.
hard success.
That's an extreme.
It's extreme
That's an
success.
extreme.
Excuse me.
I got a
Because I
hard
doubt my
success.
intelligence.
So anyone who
okay, Potter.
succeeded, you think maybe, perhaps, the British embassy would be able to either provide a translator or appoint to someone in the Nandi tribe who can speak English.
What did I say?
So we're not
guys?
going to find
Embassy.
a library, but they have an embassy here?
Well, yeah.
Dang.
Well, it's like a government. They have like a government house. I don't know if they have the whole embassy in this part.
Mhm.
I just called it the embassy because it would be
Easier
simple.
to-
Yeah. You guys have been to embassies before, but they do have a colonial government house. So
Why don't we
Same.
try the embassy?
Suppose that's not a bad idea.
Yes, the embassy may help us find a translator. They work in the area. I would suppose that they would be of some help.
I like your thinking, Merrick. Elsner. Sorry, you just remind me a lot of Merrick. Person's description.
Have you ever met my sister?
I have not, but the way that Prince described her, I could close my eyes and describe every single detail and facet of her.
Lovely, lovely, lovely indeed.
All right, before things get too awkward here, let's
Yeah.
go on our way.
All right.
okay, so you head over to the government house.
What's up, Godfrey?
And I believe you guys have been here before, but I'm not sure. But for those of you who definitely have not, because I'm sure it wasn't all of you, you walk in. It's kind of to be expected as far as like it's nice. It's put together. It's there's like a column facade kind of deal on normal government buildings. You walk through the front doors, and there is a large desk sitting pretty close to the front. Behind that is sitting a man typing away on a typewriter.
Hello, sir. We wanted to ask if you could assist us in finding someone who can translate for us, that we can go have discussions with the Nandi tribe.
Well, I would be careful around the Nandi tribe. They have a history of violence, especially recently.
Was there something that happened recently?
Well,
that,
in the past few years, we had the issue with the Carlisle Expedition. Some Nandi tribesmen got the book thrown at them for that one, as well as there was a recent disappearance of some Americans, and rumors are going around that the Nandi tribe had something to do with that as well.
how strange.
Very strange, but nobody died, right?
Well, one person died. He was in the hospital recently. It was a
Natural
Mr.
causes?
Mr. Douglas.
Oh,
Yes,
in-
he was my client, actually. Rest in peace,
Well.
his soul.
R.I.P.
I'm- It seems
God be
that
with him.
seems that you're doing some investigating. I see. So
Dabble.
we can send our translator with you. Just make sure he gets back in one piece.
Yes, sir.
He'll also probably separate from you at some point to do a little investigating of his own for the colonial government. Because he has to head out there anyway to do that, but he would be more than happy to help you as long as you help him stay alive through the travel.
Of course. We have
Sounds like a plan.
I think we can handle ourselves a little bit, as we've already had a few encounters with some of the natives here. But yes, we will be sure to keep a lookout and to be aware of our surroundings at all times.
You've got Godfrey here. All right, he will protect anybody.
Debatable.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
Sounds perfect.
When
It
will
is
this?
perfect.
When will this? Well, we need to. The Nandi tribe's not the one up the mountain, right? It's a separate thing, right?
It's not the what?
It's not the thing that we have to go up the mountain for, is it?
No.
Okay.
The thing with the mountain is the cult. The cult
Oh, okay.
operates around there or from there.
sorry.
Something.
When do you suppose that this translator would be amenable to joining us? Because we would like to do this soon.
Well, the only
next day or
thing
two.
that was stopping him was we had to arrange for protection for him, some soldiers to go with him. So whenever you're ready to leave, just let him know. His name is William Hartwright. He. He's in the office just down the hall. You can go talk to him, and he might take a few minutes to make sure he's ready and get everything together. But he'll be ready to go whenever you all are.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would it be appropriate for us to go and speak to him right now?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be on our way now.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir.
We head down the way that the man pointed, I guess, and head to William Hartwright's office.
Okay. We knock.
Is it?
We barge
Is it?
in.
Well, I was gonna say, is it like, give me a picture of the surroundings here so I know how to approach it. Is it like a closed office? Is it like?
Yeah, it's like a closed office. So you would just walk up to the door, just knock. It's got like a glass panel. The door swings open. Before you is a man, blonde hair, brown eyes. He's kind of slender and tall.
Hello. Are you? Oh, sorry.
He looks at all of you and he kind of is confused for a moment. How can I help you?
Hi, sir. You are William Hartwright. Is that correct?
Yes.
We were looking to go visit the Nandi tribe. We stopped by here, wondering if we could get a translator, as none of us speak their native language. And we were pointed in your direction, as the man at the front mentioned that you had plans to go talk to them anyway. And we can help provide some protection as we discuss with them to make sure that nobody gets too hurt.
I see. When are you all looking to leave?
We were looking to leave as soon as possible. Preferably either today or tomorrow.
It's not far. We could leave. About an hour from now. I'll be ready to go then.
Would be wonderful.
And we could be back. We could be back tonight.
Perfect. Do you want us to stay here? Do you want us to meet you somewhere where?
Just meet me outside in an hour. And we'll get going.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And I guess it's gonna be a different time. But I guess we'll cut away to Sam on his way to try and meet Bundari.
I'm not actually trying to meet Bundari.
You're not okay. Good to know. Where are you trying to go?
So first things first, I'm going back to the hotel to grab some stuff, some supplies.
Okay.
So I get back there. I'm gonna get all of my money.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna get the small green vial with the syringe from London.
Okay.
The 2 silver daggers, and then basically all the weird items I've gotten so far.
Okay.
And then, what time is it?
I was gonna say, because you guys technically came back from Bundari's like this morning, so I was gonna say probably like early afternoon, like just past noon probably.
Okay. I might go by that tea shop and see how empty it is.
Okay. I see what's happening. You go down. It's reasonably busy. No, it's not like bustling, but this time of day, there's quite a few people inside.
What's the lady's name again?
Aja Singh, I believe.
Yeah. Is she there?
Yes, she's definitely there.
Okay. So, first I'm gonna get a bottle cap and open up the vial and pour it into the bottle cap. I think
Okay.
it'd be easier than breaking open a vial.
Okay.
And then, I'm gonna go inside and order a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. So you go inside. Are you going to try to? Are you getting Aja Singh's attention to ask for a cup of tea?
Well, yeah, she's the owner, so.
Yeah. Sure. So you're what? Where are all your friends? Back so soon. I didn't expect any of you to be back here.
They're busy. I was a little bit bored, so I thought I'd have a cup of tea and do some reading.
I see. She pulls out a. Like a tea kettle and pours some into a cup for you. This was brewed recently for another customer. It's strange. They had me mix a couple of different things, but I kind of like it. I'm not sure what to call it.
Is that what you're trying right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try some of that.
She pours you a cup.
And then I walk back to the table.
Okay.
And then I look around to see where her teacup is.
Okay. Are you watching for a while to see like where she leaves it, or are you just looking to see where it is right now?
I'm just watching for a while to see where she leaves it.
Okay. So she most of her time is spent behind the counter, but when she does get up to walk around the store for some reason, she usually leaves it at the counter. She doesn't take it with her.
Okay. So next time I see her walk out the store dealing with the customer, I'm gonna put the vial in my tea, and then walk over and try to sleight of hand a swap.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I have a few points in. Actually, way too many points in. I wasted a lot of points in that. Hard success.
All right. So you're able to kind of deftly. You make it look like you're just standing there, maybe looking at a couple of the like different little things of tea that she, sells for people to take with them as they go. But in the meantime, you're like setting your cup down and picking hers up, and then sliding yours into the place where hers used to be. And then after a few moments, you are standing there just holding what used to be her teacup in your hand. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna just sit back at the table and wait around.
Okay. You're just gonna wait for the effects of whatever it is you just put in her tea to take place?
Yeah, for her to slowly get tired and then fall asleep like I did.
Okay. Cool. Cutting back to to the other group. You all meet back at the government house. You often do whatever you want to do. You get a quick bite to eat, maybe something to drink, just get some coffee, whatever it is you feel the need to do. You go and do that. You come back in an hour, and you're all waiting outside of the government house. Maybe 5-10 minutes over an hour goes by, and then out comes William. Oh, terribly sorry. I got a little carried away with some of my other work, but I'm ready to go now.
No worries, my good sir. I
Well, you
appreciate
kidding yourself.
all your help.
As long as you're here, we're ready.
Okay. It's a bit of a walk, but really it's not far enough for me to rent out a car. I never do that whenever I go down here. But it is a bit of a walk, so just be mindful of that. It's quite a nice one though. There's it's a beautiful area down here.
Anything else we should be mindful of?
Just no. The Nandi people are fairly peace loving. So as long as you don't offend them, or attack them, we should be okay.
I'm a man of peace, so that won't be happening, and I won't let that happen.
Okay. God won't let it happen either, I'm sure.
God will never let that happen.
So you all walk. Basically, you're walking down a dirt road. It would have been advised that you brought, whatever weapons you had, just in case on the road there. Or a wild animal could attack, or something could happen.
My Bible. My Bible is the only thing I need.
Yeah, you could get crushed by an elephant. So those of you who have weapons probably would have brought them.
Brought my Bible. That's all I need.
And yeah, you make your way over down a dirt road. You can see at one point it's a lot of just savanna on either side. Every once in a while you'll see like a herd of this animal or that animal, maybe some at some point, well, it's really far away and really hard to see without binoculars, but William kind of points off in the distance and he says, "Oh, there's a watering hole over there." You might be able to see a couple of animals off in the distance, just like the shapes, essentially, because it's really far away. And eventually you come to a small village. It's bigger than the one that Bundari was at, but still small compared to the cities of Kenya and of Egypt and the West and everything like that. But it's quaint. The people seem happy. There's a bit of a hustle and bustle for such a small town. People doing their daily chores, running around. You can maybe see hunters coming in and out of the village. People seem happy here. Children are playing. And as soon as you enter, a man comes running down. And you hear him say, like, William, William, and then he says a lot of things very quickly in a language you don't understand. And him and William kind of have a back and forth for a while. And William starts gesturing towards you guys, and then he looks at you, and he gestures towards the man, and he goes, This is I apologize if this name is offensive. I really don't mean it to be. This is Mundi. I just came up with that on the spot. That's why I don't want anybody to think Anyway, so this is Mundi. He is the one of the elders of this village, one of the leaders. That's just the best way for me to describe it. People from Europe and America, that's the easiest way for them to conceptualize what his role in the village is. But he's essentially one of the leaders, one of the elders here. I told him who you were. I told him I wasn't really sure what you wanted to ask him, but I was here to help you with that. He's invited us inside for some. He wanted me to bring tea, so I did. So we're going to share some tea.
Sounds splendid. Tell him
You really know.
Tell him thank you for his gratitude.
You really know how to treat guests up here.
He says a few other things to the man, and then he kind of motions for you to follow them. And you head inside of a hut, and it's not too different from the huts that you saw in the village that Bundari was located in, but it is, I guess, there's more furnishings in this one. This is where William kind of looks to all of you, and he explains, this is where the elders meet. We have, outside of an incident a few years ago, I have quite a good relationship with this tribe, and I've brought them things to furnish some of their huts in exchange for other things. Only things that they ask for, and they seem to appreciate it, but they like to keep to their lifestyle still, even with the things that I bring them, and that's fine. It seems to make them happy, so I'm happy for them. So what is it? As tea is starting to be made, what is it exactly that you want me to ask him for you?
Well, maybe a little bit more of a little bit. Can you ask him to explain a little bit about the history of this tribe? Just a sort of brief explanation of sort of what they're about, and just sort of like a
Brief overview.
Just an overview.
Yeah, a little overview. who they are as people.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that on the way over here, but from the the horse's mouth, they say some things back and forth, and he says this tribe has been here for a long time. They've seen a lot of the ups and downs of the region. For recent history that he can remember, that he assumes is what you're interested in, but I can also give you some of the more spiritual history if you'd like, and some of the longer form stuff as well. But for more recent history, they settled down in this area not super long ago, but before there was a heavy European influence here. So they saw the British come into this specific area. Obviously, the Nandi themselves had been around for longer than that. And then they had quite a good relationship with us for quite a long time. Unfortunately, that relationship has faltered because my colleagues are crazy. Don't tell them I said that. But they they have traded with us Brits for quite some time. They're peace-loving people, and they like to trade as well. They like getting little trinkets from us, or, as you can see around you, furnishings from us. In exchange, we take some things that they make, and sometimes they'll give us food if we're on a long journey. But yeah, they're peace-loving people, and they just live in this region. They're happy to be here. Unfortunately, a few years ago, there was the incident with the Carlisle Expedition, and they were blamed by some members of the British side of this arrangement, and unfortunately, it ended with 5 of their members being killed. And aside from my relationship with them, a lot of the ties have been cut.
That was another thing that I was going to get to eventually, but I suppose since it's been brought up now, do they have any idea or clue as to who actually was behind that ordeal with the Carlisle Expedition?
Let me ask them. I was going to say I know, but maybe they have a hunch. Certainly no proof. Otherwise, it would have been brought to our attention. He says a few things. Not really. Their hunch is if you didn't ask, I probably would not relay this to you, but their hunch is this cult in the region. I'm not very into the spiritual side of this. I think it's interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if this cult exists, so take it with a grain of salt. But they think it's a cult.
Do they know the name of the cult?
The cult of the bloody tongue. There are other. I can tell you something crazy that they. This is a hunch that's been brought to my attention before. Do you want to hear something crazy that some of them believe?
Sure.
As far as the Carlisle Expedition goes, I mean.
Sure.
Sure.
We'll take anything they have to offer.
What do you think? We're gonna say no to that?
They believe, or they seem to believe, that several of the members of the Carlisle Expedition weren't actually killed.
Interesting.
And
That
what
it
happened
was-
to them?
They're not sure. They think it was some kind of a cover-up. The evidence that I've seen, they say that the cult wasn't very active in the region that they were attacked in at that time, typically. But again, I don't know anything about this cult, so take that with a grain of salt as well. It's insane because we found everything. They were dead there, so
It's definitely something at
Okay.
least worth keeping in mind, keeping an open mind about, at the
Sure.
possibility, even if it is far-fetched.
it's very far-fetched, but I suppose anything's possible.
Yes. Do they have any familiarity with this cult that's local to this area?
In recent history, but part of the reason why they settled down here was because it was further away from where the cult is most active.
Okay.
So Nandi tribe, there are some Nandi tribes that are closer to where they say the cult is active, but we don't have very much contact with any of them, and we don't know where they are either. So I'm sure we could ask, but we're not going to send people out that far.
Understood.
Oh. Do they know anything about the recent missing people?
He asks. No, it doesn't seem that they do. They'd heard about it. I let them know most of the goings-on as far as colonial governing goes in the region, so I made sure they heard about that. It was pretty big news. But no, they don't know much about it.
Okay. Well,
I think of other questions that we could get some information from.
so you say they speculate that some of the members of the Carlisle Expedition did not die. Do they know what might have happened to them, or the circumstances of how they couldn't have died? Besides it just being a big cover-up.
So your question is, do they know how they
Could have stayed
Why-
alive.
how they could have stayed alive?
And how they survived that.
Well, I let me ask. I haven't really entertained it that much. They say that that they were never in any danger. They say that they might have been working with this cult, and that it was just they were just trying to get away.
Do they have they had any past encounters with this cult at all? I know they've already said that they try and stay away from it, but sometimes staying away is not enough at times.
This village is far enough away that they say far enough away and lucky enough to not cross the path.
Understood. Okay. Well, I think that unless any of my colleagues here have any extra questions.
You have asked every single question I wanted to ask and more.
Well,
Oh, never mind.
do they know of any way to encounter the cult without being harmed, or is there a way to communicate with them in a more civil manner?
No. There's a reason why they desperately want to stay away from these from
Okay.
this cult.
Okay. Well,
I think with that, I think we will be on our way now. Thank you for
yeah.
sharing your information and your culture with us. We appreciate the hospitality.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bless you.
He says a few things. And then the elder turns to all of you and says some things, and he says that essentially translates to a blessing and good luck.
Yes, thank you. We will need all the blessings and luck we can get with this cult.
Yeah.
I should probably look up the French for thank you. Merci? Oh wait, sorry. Hold on.
Cut to
The moment
tea
we've all
shop.
been waiting for.
a tea shop.
Hey, is Sam not going to be here?
No, Sam didn't go with us to the Nandi tribe. He was.
Oh, I forgot to bring up Reginald. Dang it.
Okay.
We're gonna because Reginald's not here, and if you guys do make it to the big climax place, he's trying to find a way to get there quicker than the option you guys are taking, because he thinks he's got enough. He just wants to go find Amelia.
Yeah, he's totally not recovering from alcohol poisoning.
No, he's whipped.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's what Reginald's doing for you guys and for the viewers. By the way, now we cut back to a little tea shop. I'm gonna roll something real quick for no reason. You do begin to notice, like, if you're watching Aja sing, she begins to like lean down on the counter, right? And then her eyes like start to get droopy. She takes she drinks, like, she pours herself a cup of tea and like downs it in like one go, and then she waits a few minutes, still like leaning on the counter heavily, and then she goes to the back room and she closes the door, and then she's gone. Weirdly enough, for like a few minutes longer than you would expect. Or, well, not that you would expect, but than a normal patron might expect.
That was weird.
So, I guess I was expecting her to pass out, but I guess going to her room is a more sensible option.
That's what I was rolling. I was rolling to see if she was noticing the effects. You guys were like pretty heavy on the adrenaline when you took it, so I wasn't worried about like Are they going to notice they're getting tired? But yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go just inconspicuously walk to her door and just open it like I'm supposed to be doing that.
Okay. Some guy, as you're opening the door, he goes, "Hey, do you work here? I'm trying to I have some tea that I'd like to buy. I was gonna."
I'm a family friend, but I can ring it up for you.
Okay. Sure thing. Here, it's this. And it's some oolong tea.
Yeah, I just make change and
Yeah.
continue on to the back room.
Sorry, Aries wanted to know what was going on. Who am I to deny Aries?
Podcast listeners, Pierce has his dog with him.
My dog just climbed up on my lap. Yeah. So he leaves satisfied, and yeah. Then you're able to turn around and kind of slip into the room. It is a very small room. There's like a bed and a desk and essentially not much room for anything else. She has some different like tea leaves and stuff scattered around on her desk and on the table and stuff. There's probably she probably has like some clothes kind of strung up on a wire across one side of the room near the desk, as well as like a dresser, and that's probably about most of what's in this room.
So I searched through it. Also, does she have a key to the... Didn't the tea house have a back door as well?
Are you going to search her for that?
I'm going to search around first, and then...
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'll just say, because I would assume you're gonna search her afterwards. So yeah, you find the key. There's a key.
Find anything else in her room?
Not much of note, I don't believe. Clothes, tea leaves, some other stuff scattered around.
Okay. Then I walk out and walk to the back room.
Okay. So there's essentially there's a door that leads straight out of this room to the outside. I believe what you're talking about is what I described as kind of like there's like a back building almost. I believe that's how I described it, but it's out from the outside. It essentially looks like nothing more than a shack. If you unlock it, you open it, and there is a stairwell that goes down.
I'm gonna go down the stairwell.
Okay. You come down to the bottom of the stairs, and you come into this single room. It's about 15 feet. like in both ways, with a relatively high ceiling. There's a pillar in the middle to support it, and there's boards on all the walls to make sure that it doesn't like cave in from the outside, like all the dirt. There's candles on 2 of the walls across from each other. There's 3 candles on each of those 2 walls. The wall that you're facing as you come down, there is a statue of a deformed dwarf-like figure with 4 eyes. Its 4 arms each bear a tulwar, which is a saber from India. 3 large tentacle-like appendages take the place of feet. Looking at the central pillar, there's a set of handcuffs attached to it. In one corner of the cellar, there is a large padlock stone cabinet. And I believe that's about all that's in this room.
Okay. So, can I remove anything from the statue, or is it all attached?
Also, we've been calling this person by the wrong name this whole time. Aja Singh is a different person.
Tankar, right?
Tankar, yeah.
I was like, this is a different tea shop.
I was just gonna roll with it.
Yeah. I think it's important that we just make the correction at some point so we know.
So, I think I'll try to pry open the lock. I'll probably use my knife and use it as a lever to try to break it open.
You're just going to try and break the padlock?
Yeah. Unless the key works.
Huh. Did you just take the one key?
It probably took all the keys she had.
Well, I'm saying, okay, did you just, so when you found it, it was just the one key. Did you still check her for another key, or no? Were you satisfied with that?
I probably would have checked her to see if she had stuff on her, so I would have probably kept checking.
Sure. Then yeah, you have the key for this as well. So yeah, you try both of them. One of it clicks and unlocks. Inside, you find a cleaver. It's got a handle of twisted wood. On the blade, there is a symbol for something. It's a symbol that you don't know. You can roll Cthulhu Mythos to identify it.
Failed.
Okay. Another item you find inside, you find incense cones. It's a packet of 12 cones, but they're unmarked. Like usually you'll have like some kind of there's like a little piece of cardboard or something attached to the little packet that would tell you the name of whoever's selling it, or like what scent or what type. There's nothing like that here. It's like just a packet of 12 cones. You also find a jar about the size of a teacup that has it's got a top on it, and it's made out of stone, so you don't. If you open it, it contains something that looks like fragments of a dried fruit peel. It doesn't smell like anything, and it's dull green in color. There's also an old book It appears to be written in Hindi. From just offhand, maybe you've seen Hindi somewhere. That's what it looks like. There's also a yellow robe embroidered with the same symbol that appears on the cleaver, and it's obviously like a ceremonial robe.
Trying to figure out if I'm going to take everything, and I'm leaning towards yes. Well, I might not. I might take what's in the jar. I'm not going to take the jar itself.
You're gonna like scoop it out. It's like a dull green paste,
Paste, maybe not then.
or not like a paste, but it's like a mush. It's like oh, maybe not. Fragments of dried fruit peel. I don't know.
That could fit in a backpack. Yeah, I think I'd have room for everything.
Okay. So you come in here. So you steal everything, and then you leave. I'm
I
guessing.
lock it up after I'm done, though.
Okay.
I'm polite. And then I'm gonna go buy a motorcycle.
All right. Jump back to the rest of the group. You've waited a while for William to talk to the tribesman himself. He goes around and talks to a few different people. You finish your tea, and is there anything that you guys would like to do around here while you're waiting, or we just wait until he's done?
I don't know if there is anything we can do there.
Well, maybe could we get a little bit of like a tour of the area, the tribe's ground?
Well, the only person
ground?
who speaks English is Bizzer.
Yeah.
You can look around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can. Well, could we like briefly like ask if it's okay if we look around or whatever?
Yeah. They, say sure. Just don't like go into other people's homes.
Of course, yeah. That would be
That would be
disrespectful.
illegal.
Well, I don't know the law very well here. I would assume it is, but it's at least morally wrong.
I mean, one of the tribe's leaders just told you not to, so
Yeah.
that's some kind of legality, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, alright, well, we get up and we go look around, I guess.
Could I ask for like something for protection, like armor, not armor, but like a vest or something, something of the sorts.
Are you asking if these people give you like a quest item, like armor?
Or I could, purchase something, but I don't know.
Possibly enchanted, maybe?
Yeah, level 15 at minimum.
Can I get a +2 chainmail suit of armor, please? Essentially, they're like, we'd be willing to trade you for something, and like, they've got like spears and stuff.
You can't take my Bible.
Where are we
wouldn't.
currently?
You're still in the tribe.
Okay.
I don't think they'd want your Bible, sir. They're not. I don't think they'd be Christian.
Well, that's their loss. It's the greatest book of all time. First story written. Just saying. What does Merrick want to do?
You may call me by my first name.
I keep on forgetting that you're.
It's fine. Anyway,
To be fair, Merrick wasn't Merrick's first name either. So
true.
Yeah. What are those?
Y'all
Merrick
didn't know that. Anyway, well, if we have all we need from here, then we could always head back to the town. Group up. Let's see what our next move might be with the information that we have.
You do have to wait for William to finish, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have to wait for him, and I figured that since we have some time, we can take a little stroll and see the area a little
Can
bit.
I play with the children?
I would be wary about that.
Yeah.
We
No,
don't
like
know
if
how
they're playing
protected-
like soccer or something. I just like.
You'd wreck them, just like you're a full-grown woman.
The children are just like, wow, this white lady sucks at soccer.
You're right.
Well,
An actress can't
What's
play
soccer?
Oh,
we won't have our translator.
this white
with
lady
us, so
sucks at
you-
football.
All right. We won't have our translator with us, so I don't know how you would speak to them.
Jump in the middle of the game.
Emotions and actions speak words in itself.
So in the middle of the game, just run in.
You can try, but be wary.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get good on everybody? Because if you mess up, that's on you. We're not gonna defend you here.
Oh boy, sorry. I just googled football in colonial Kenya to see just fact check us. First article: sport as a weapon of colonialism in Kenya. Oh,
Never mind,
God.
we're not playing any sports.
Or
I'm-
what you're trying to do.
I'm making some arts and crafts with them. We're not doing. We're not playing
Florence-
any sports.
You're gonna take the football and throw it away. Like,
Florence
the
the
weapon.
Florence the colonist.
Anti-colonizing.
That would be. Anywho.
Um,
That's awkward.
I guess we could just go for a stroll.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right on.
I'm pretty sure. Just I don't have the facts, but they. I mean, they like football now, and they like playing it now, so that's cool, I guess. Anywho,
A win out of colonialism.
Yeah, Dieudonné calls her out for being a racist.
oh boy. So yeah, you guys hang out around the town till William's done. Walking around. Again, people are happy. It's bustling for the size of village that it is. Yeah, William finishes up. He heads over to you and he goes, "Oh, I see you've all explored the village a little bit. It's quite nice. People are happy here."
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that was a nice village you have.
Are we
Quite
ready?
lovely.
Are we ready to head back?
Yes, sir.
I suppose so. It's getting a
Okay.
little bit late.
I'm gonna cut back to Sam on the walk back. I just thought we could use a little calm moment before whatever happens right now happens. It might not be crazy, but I feel like it's gonna be crazy. So we'll see. Sam, you bought a motorcycle. Well, I'll talk about cost with you later, but I'm fairly certain you have the money for it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ride the 45 minutes to Bundari.
Okay. So, you show up at Bundari's with a motorcycle.
Yeah. So then, basically, I'm gonna give him all the cool items I found and ask that he go and see if they're significant in any way. I guess I'll tell you which items I'm gonna give him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give him the cat pendant. I'm gonna give him the greenish fruit peels,
Okay.
and then I'll give him the dagger with the symbol.
Okay. He looks at the cat pendant for a second and then hands it back to you and says something to the guy who translates for him. And the guy says, here who knows what that is. That you're marked by Bast. You have Bast's favor.
What does that mean?
It means that Bast may help you or may not help you. Bast likes you somewhat. Maybe you were really nice to a cat at some point. You might find that cats are fairly helpful in the future at some point. And then he takes the other two and goes into his meditative state. It was the dried fruit peel looking things and what?
And then the cleaver.
The cleaver. Gotcha. Okay. Just to speed this along, we'll say his journey is pretty short. Like, he figures out what they are pretty quickly on meditation. Not super quickly, but, like, within a couple hours instead of the, like, what was it, 9 you waited the first time? He comes to, and he hands the items back to you, and he says a couple of things. He says that the cleaver is a ceremonial cleaver for a supporter of, or a cultist of the small crawler, which just so happens to be another aspect of that Black Pharaoh that you all were after. The green peelings that you handed us were not wasn't any fruit or vegetable peelings or anything like that. They were skin peelings from a dark young which is a kind of a almost minion kind of thing. They do the bidding of another outer god, not Nyarlathotep, another one.
Why would they be in a jar?
The skin peelings? I don't know, some people use them in rituals.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Sorry, I just tend to acquire weird things. I will come back if I need more help later.
Okay. You're not going to roll any more Cthulhu Mythos rolls. You're just going to, like, come to this guy and ask him what these things are.
Yeah, more stuff I could ask him about, but I'm going to keep this short.
Okay, not as crazy as I thought.
Did you think I was going to, like, have him go through everything I've ever owned?
No, I thought you were going to, like, do something really weird with that motorcycle. I had no idea.
I just want transportation, and now I can wear a leather jacket.
I see.
Cool.
Okay. You head back. By the time you're all back in Nairobi, it's probably nightfall, or about to be night. And you all head back to the hotel. You get there. Sam is actually in the lobby, waiting for you all.
Sam, it's great to see you again.
Sam, my brother. Where have you been? How have you been? I hope that God treated you well on this adventure.
He did.
He's good. He's great.
So, yeah. Bendari's doing great. I went by and just said hi for a bit. Asked him a few more questions. And then I gained a little bit of knowledge. So you know Tan Car? That
And Car, the tea shop owner?
Yeah. She is a cultist.
Oh.
Oh,
That. Like a cultist of tea? Or does she make really good tea? And she
No,
has,
like a cultist of the Black Pharaoh.
that's not a great sign.
It's always the Black Pharaoh.
Why? Why? She didn't strike. She made really good tea when I was there. Did she put something in the tea? Or is it just like, you know... Should I feel a little bit guilty about drinking this tea? Or worried? Concerned?
In the ethics of tea production, I don't think you need to be worried about the tea.
Good to know, good to know.
But yeah. And then I found some new information.
Oh?
So this cleaver I found in the tea shop.
Cleaver?
So her branch of the cult is called the Small Crawler, which I have no clue what that means, but it is a new thing we have to worry about.
I'm scared. But go on. With more info?
About it.
Oh.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
don't know anything about this new cult at all?
Not really. They just do weird rituals.
What else is new?
Was there anything that tied that cult to the Carlisle Expedition? Like, did you find anything, like, related to it?
I don't think so. Oh wait, I do have a present for you, Mr. DuPont. So
Sam.
I know you like incense cones.
Yeah. Or
Would you like a dozen of them?
a dozen. That's as many disciples as Jesus had. I will gladly take them.
Okay, they're yours.
Where do I put them? Do I carry these around with me?
Wherever you want.
Okay. This is quite the white elephant I have, but let's go. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Your kindness will not be forgotten. And, bless your soul.
And then
We
Sir
should do
Godfrey,
some more-
You're an old man, right?
Hey, I'm older than him by a year.
But he is more important. I have a present for you as well that might fit your aging needs. Here is a yellow robe.
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah.
I don't know what the weird symbol on it means, but it is
It
yours
looks
now.
nice. I'm really excited.
Sam, you would know that it's the same symbol as the one on the cleaver.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well, unloading the weird stuff I
Oh,
found,
okay.
so I don't have to store it all.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great.
You want us to bring this to your room or something? Where do you plan on keeping this stuff?
Yeah.
Well, the robe is and the incense are y'all's now. Oh, and I
You
got
guys-
a motorcycle.
And you got what?
A motorcycle.
A motor?
That is very cool.
Okay then.
Well,
I'm not gonna ask too many questions
mhm.
about
Did-
that.
Did
I
you
mean,
legally get this motorcycle? As in-
I think, Father DuPont, I think this is something that would be best if we didn't know.
you
we
didn't
can just
steal
leave it
it.
up to interpretation.
The reason why evil triumphs is because good men do nothing. We do not inquire about how we acquire such goods. So Sam, did you legally get this?
Yes.
Okay. I trust that you won't tell me a lie. So,
That's
thank you, Sam.
yeah, great.
I'm
Well,
gonna just roll a psych check. See if
Nah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I know the truth.
I'm not even gonna. No, I trust Sam.
Not gonna say what it is.
Is that I paid for the motorcycle?
You know what, Sam? I will take it on faith.
Faith. Amen.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna do with all this stuff?
Take care of it. Don't worry.
Well, I think we should also go and try to research a bit on really what is the small crawler cult branch, you know? Is it easier to get more information on that and maybe lead us in the right direction of what happened to the Carlisles and maybe what happened to our friends and family?
Yeah.
Something we could do while we continue to wait till 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the morning, so the next day, you guys are going to head to... Are you guys going to try and do some research on it, or...?
I am, if...
Yeah,
And,
why not?
Yeah, I am, but is there a library nearby?
No.
We
We did talk about this.
Yeah,
We did talk about this. Where's
Where-
the nearest library again?
Day away.
It's not a whole day away. I mean, it would probably be a day trip to go there and then do anything. That would be your whole day, essentially.
Mm.
And by this point, do we still have one more day before we leave? I'm losing track of days.
I think so. I believe so.
Yeah, because yesterday would have been day 1, today would have been day 2, so then tomorrow is the day that we could head out.
Okay. I mean, we could. I don't know what we would find there, but...
Do you think the tan car, her branch of the cult of small crawlers, do you think there is any significance in that, Sam?
I don't know. It might be significant somewhere else. She got a lot of her tea from China, so and she had some indications of connections to India too. So maybe it's not something that's going to be relevant here.
Okay.
Maybe. I could be completely wrong. I have no clue.
Our guess is probably better than ours.
Well,
Alright, so what's the plan for everybody in the morning?
I'm amenable to anything. I'm fine with going to the library. I'm fine with resting. Whatever the group wants to do.
Gavin with the
Library.
amenable words.
No. Library it is for me. I'm going to take a trip and really hope I pass this check.
Sure, I could join you off for that.
Okay.
We're going to the library?
Library to study the bloody the cult.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds lovely.
Okay.
Okay. So in the morning, you head over to. You get back on a train, and you're headed back to Mombasa.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually get in there, and you make your way into the library. That I'll say is probably there because it's a pretty big port city.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to make a library use roll?
I'll do it.
Do it.
Well, let's go!
Who
Guess
has
I'll
the
try.
higher one?
I'll
Do we have a
fail.
combined roll, or is it just like...
I
No, it's just-
failed.
I
If you-
failed.
Okay.
If somebody
also
passes,
failed.
I'll give you some
I got
information.
33 out of 60, which is...
Regular.
That's a regular success, home sliced.
Was that the only success?
Yeah.
Dang.
DuPont carrying you.
So, what Dieudonné finds, Dieudonné, what he finds is there's not a lot, but what you essentially find is there's some myths from like a long time ago, like pre-Hindi India. There's like whispers of myths of like a being with tentacles for legs called the small crawler. It's like it's almost described as like a dwarf with tentacles instead of feet, and 4 arms. And the worship of it continued into Hindi culture apparently, and it changed. You see like a change in description depending on if they're talking about this from like pre-Hindi India, which is a long time ago. Hinduism is very old, into like after Hinduism was created. There's a change in the description almost, even though a lot of the features are the same, to make it fit more with what you would know about as like Hindi gods.
Is it worth spending 3 luck to make it a hard success?
No.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
So, with that information, you guys have spent your whole day in the library and can now take the train back to go to bed.
Okay.
Woo! I'm
Solid.
carrying you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a fun day that was, everybody.
Yeah, everybody failed except for the priest.
Entertaining.
What did you guys rate at the library? Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what did you? Yeah.
They just stared at shelves and imagined dragons.
Basically what I do every time I'm at the library.
All right, so you head back. Have you guys been feeding the chameleon thing, by the way, like Bundari told you to?
Yeah.
That was Sam's job.
Yeah,
Sam, you've been doing it. Okay. Sure.
I get the fly whip, so
I've been keeping an eye on him. You know, it's just a motherly instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you best do your chores, young man. It's definitely how it went down.
are you proud that you said that?
All
I own
right.
it.
Yeah.
So, you all get back to Nairobi, and you go to sleep for the night. You wake up the next morning. You eat breakfast. Do any of you want to talk about anything with each other at breakfast, or are we just gonna skip ahead to meeting your guide?
Well, I think really it's just make sure we have everything that we need.
Yeah, like do we need to... I'm trying to remember, I believe it's gonna be a good while, like the trip will be a little while. So do we have like food and supplies, whatever that we would need?
Oh. So I hope we do. We should probably get on top of that, but I don't know.
You know, worst comes to worst, I bet Godfrey could figure something out.
Yeah,
He's a man of... He's done hunts and everything before. I'm sure he's got it all figured out.
That's a bold statement.
Hey, look, he's modest.
Be prepared for casualties if I have to figure it out.
Great.
What I wanted to hear. But, okay.
Well, I have my gun at the ready.
Florence,
Very
you seem really
exciting.
excited to use that.
This is the first time that I've been tasked with a heavy responsibility with a weapon. It's very interesting. The adrenaline is pumping.
Remember your 10 commandments, whatever commandments about to kill people. Commandment was it?
Well, I mean, in the act of defense,
War,
Father,
yeah,
do you think that would be
As long
acceptable
as-
in the Lord's eyes?
As long as you don't do it maliciously and you take no enjoyment in it, Florence.
Well, if I
You
learned
could-
anything from my sister Lorraine, it's take everything with a grain of salt, even advice, and just put
But-
your heart into it. So,
This is advice straight from God. So,
false. Anyway,
and that's also not advice, it's a rule, it's a commandment. So, how as the Americans would say, checkmate.
Father,
No, I
have you
mean-
mistaken chess for an American game? Like solely American, like it doesn't.
Just
Well,
not
wasn't
even gonna
invented-
intervene on me, but
It was invented in France, I'll tell you that.
Anyway, I am very excited to meet our guide.
Technically, checkmate is it's said differently in French. So
Yeah. I was like, what's the English word for that?
got him.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I will do my best to keep the group in alignment with what God wants. We don't want anybody to go to down there after all this is over.
On that note, you go to meet your guide, Sam Mariga, and he has a brief conversation with all of you about what you can expect traveling through the forest, the Aberdare forest. He says that we may. It takes 3 to 6 days to trek to this mountain on foot. So we need to be sure that we're ready. If you like, we can visit the Carlisle Expedition massacre, the location of it, briefly. But other than that, we're going to go to the village of Nidovu, or Dovu. And then from there, we should be able to get to the mountain pretty quickly, pretty easily.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Fair enough. And we're off. So, we're traveling through the forest. You travel for a day, and it's a trek through the forest. Like, it's hot. It's kind of grueling. Like, you do not like it. Maybe like an hour or two in, Reginald catches up with you. Reginald basically says, I wasn't able to find a new guide any quicker, unfortunately. So I'll be accompanying all of you.
I missed you.
he takes another swig of his.
Yeah, he takes a
You
swig
say
of
that.
Just
whiskey.
out their whiskey.
Yeah. And after about a day of travel, you stop that night. You get up the next morning, keep on. You begin to notice and get the eerie feeling that something is following you. And, at first you think, oh, it's just me, I'm being paranoid. We've been in the forest for a really long time. But it just, you can't shake it. And as you all feel like you need to tell someone, you need to say something to somebody around you, we're going to end it there for this week. Because short session, but I have some reasoning. So, sorry for a fairly uneventful episode, everyone and the listeners. We got some stuff done. There was some stuff, but thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, please follow, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, whatever it is on whatever platform you're listening on. If you are listening on a podcasting platform or watch this on YouTube, we would like to invite you to check us out on Twitch. Join us, twitch.tv/NotJustAnyRPG. Friday nights at about 8 p.m. Eastern. We try and put some messages in the chat, keep up with the viewers a little bit. Not me usually, but some of the players. Follow us on Twitter at NotJustAnyPod. There you can find information on this podcast as well as our other podcast on literature, if you are into that. Anyhow, I believe that is all. So we will catch you next week. Bye guys.